The boy is worried with a 2-point test paper. Suddenly the eyes light up. Dog, 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 go over. He simply fed the test paper to the dog. Parents won't know this time. The boy liked his wit. His name is Ethan. It is the student scum among the student scum. I have been in the 3rd grade for 3 years. On the math test, he spent 1 class time and only figured out the first question. The classmate asked him how he did in the exam. He grinned confidently. A piece of cake. The teacher asked him to read the text. He is very fluent. The teacher directly told him to roll to the door and punished the station. He was playing with Booger. Classmates remind him. Remember to ask parents to sign yesterday's test paper. Ethan is starting to lose money. But it doesn't bother him. Ethan goes home soft grinding hard foam. Asked brother to write a leave note for him. It is said that the paper was eaten by the dog. I guess the dog would not believe it. Why not just give yourself a day off? It's a pity that it was revealed in the end. Dad found his leave slip. Ethan had to tell the truth. The school has no way to take him. We can't teach your children. You should take him home. In desperation, Dad sent him to boarding school. No matter how wild horses are there, they can tame them. Watching the parents' car go farther and farther, Ethan feels like an abandoned lamb. Hiding in a corner all day long with tears. But this wild horse. In the following days, apart from being physically punished by the teacher, still not making any progress. He has been in 3rd grade for 3 years. The score of each subject is still 0. The teacher thinks he is an idiot with mental retardation. The classmates also surrounded him and laughed at him. After a long time, he himself began to doubt himself. Ethan began to give up on himself. He ignored him when his family came to see him. A person rushed to the playground and ran a circle to vent. A new art teacher came to the school this day. Teacher is funny. Disguised as a clown on the first day of class. But it makes the children happy. Of course except Ethan. Still a look of melancholy. After meeting the children, the teacher sent a blank paper to everyone. Let them start drawing. Some students can't help but send out questions. There is nothing on the table. What do you let us draw? The teacher said the table is too small. Can't live up to your wild ideas. Feel free to play. Every child is creating to their heart's content. Except Ethan. After a lesson, there is still a blank sheet of paper. The teacher began to notice the problem children. When class is over, I also ask my classmates about his situation. I heard that his scores in all subjects are all 0. The teacher is thoughtful. Go back to the office and open Ethan's workbook. From his horrible homework. The teacher just feels familiar. It turns out that Ethan has dyslexia like him. It means that every letter dances in their eyes. Sometimes the order is reversed. Sometimes go in the opposite direction. The teacher quickly got on the bus to his house. Tell his parents that Ethan is a very smart kid. It can be seen from the paintings he drew. His thinking is beyond ordinary people and he is very active. But Dad still doesn't agree with this statement. I think he is just lazy and refuses to study. If you can't even read and write at least, how to gain a foothold in society in the future? The truth is not too speculative. The teacher can only get up and leave. The teacher told the students in class stories about dyslexia. Once upon a time there was a child who could not read or write. Each course is 0 points. His mind is full of nonsense. Studying almost killed him. But then he shines. Who do you guess he is? Ethan felt that the teacher was going to humiliate him again. Bowed his head in fear. At this time, the teacher took out the portrait. Turns out to be a genius scientist, Einstein. Not just him. And Leonardo, Edison, Picasso. Many talented artists and scientists. All have dyslexia. Ethan's eyes began to shine. He seems to have found the organization. And it's still a group of people who change the world. Ethan silently set an example in my heart. Next, the teacher will also use his spare time. Give Ethan homework alone. Ethan's self-confidence began to build up step by step. Learning is no longer killing him. Even he will actively learn. Dad came to school this day. Seeing that Ethan is reading the blackboard paper hard. Dad is very ashamed. The child's growth. He never really cared. Only blame and beating. Dad is really shameless to face his 8-year-old son. Can only turn around and leave. At the end of the semester the school held a drawing competition. All teachers and students of the school can participate. In order to reflect fairness. The teacher also specially invited famous painters to select. The students are diverging thinking and working hard to create. Ethan is no exception. He sits in the corner immersed in his own world. Finally he is done. Give the painting to the teacher. The teacher looked at this picture with bold colors. Imaginative painting. A satisfied smile. At this time, Ethan also slowly walked to the teacher's drawing board. Tears began to roll in his eyes. What the teacher drew is the transformed Ethan. Last Ethan's painting. Selected by the school as the first place in this competition. In the applause of the students, Ethan walks slowly to the stage. He is lucky. Because he met a good teacher. Helped him find himself when his confidence collapsed. A few swear words may be enough to destroy a child, but want him to build self-confidence. But he needs to constantly break through himself. Continuous success. Think about how cruel it should be for a child's life.